How's the royal family? I pray that everyone is doing well. Well, my royal family, what I want to talk about today is the black vote. And also what I want to talk about is how white women, especially, interject themselves in our affairs, and how even as I speak, they have played us off of each other, where there is a battle within. There are so many multiple wars that the royal family have to deal with. Now, I want to let y'all know, the last time that I voted, I did vote for Obama on the first round. Because my husband said, "Why are you voting for him? Ain't nothing gonna happen." I said, "Well, I'm doing it for two reasons. I wanted to see a black man there. I'm full aware that nothing was going to happen, but I didn't know in the future that I would be having this conversation now with the royal family, that I could say I wanted to be able to, unquote, brag that I did vote for his sorry ass. And I could give a more candid conversation. I didn't even know. It's just amazing. I didn't know that I would be up here rendering my voice to the royal family. So I was doing a bit of research, because y'all have often heard me say that the white woman has been quite angry because the black man had an opportunity to vote first. And I'm going to pin this, what I found on Wikipedia. I'm not going to read it all, but something stood out to me on this. I never seen this. Black suffrage, black people's right to vote. Black suffrage has been at issues in countries established under conditions of white supremacy. It may be limited through official or informal discrimination. In many places, black people have obtained suffrage through national independence. It should also be pointed out that black suffrage in the United States, in the aftermath of the American Civil War, explicitly refers to black male suffrage. I was like, damn, I froze when I seen that. And the black male, he's been getting continuous hell. And the continuous hell that our kings have got from the white woman, because she was first. Now look at the things that is literally pissing them off. Hillary Clinton, on the first round, thought it was just going to be a cakewalk and she was entitled to that throne. And Bill Clinton was pissed. Oh yeah, he wanted to fight him because, oh yeah, here he is. Was really pissed. Ooh, he's starting to look rough too. That he was able to get that because the Clintons, with their arrogance and their sheer nastiness, just thought it was entitled. And she held on as long as she could hold on. Hillary will not be president. Will not be a president at all. She just too damn old, and she got too much baggage. And the question that I would ask the royal family, why is the white man fighting so hard for her not to have that throne? Just something to throw out there. And we talk about it often, but I'm just throwing that out. But we're going to continue to focus on the black vote. So this is a way here to let the black men know that you're not inclusive in this. The great separation within, where the white woman is up in these black women's ears talking about, well, look at what your man is doing to you. He's subjugating you. Now, I have some issues with my kings, but you ain't gonna get a word out of me. You're gonna only get love and respect, because we have a greater battle And that is that divide that we keep dealing with. And the white feminist movement has been quite effective of getting in our affairs. First and foremost, we have to beat white supremacy. What would we look like separating from our kings? And we need him. He is our leaders. His seeds are very important to us. I speak of this often, my royal family. But I'm going to take y'all on a little history lesson. So let's check out how deep this shit go. I'm going to read a little something, and I'm going to play this video. African American women are not fully embraced by many of the women's groups. They were also discouraged from participating in public demonstrations. Frustrated by this lack of inclusion, they turned to the church, the black press, and learning institutions to share their goals and agendas. In 1869, conflict arose when the 15th Amendment passed, which grant the vote to black men. All right? See me what I was saying? In 1869. Now, they always been fucking with us, but that just amplified it to shit. But not to women. No, they should have said not to white women. First and foremost, they took it personal. Let's keep going on. The suffrage movement then split into two groups, one supporting the new bill and the other rejecting it. Substantially, I'm pronouncing that wrong. I'm going to leave it alone. Infighting ensued. Being neither male or white, African American women were left hanging in the balance. See? We were left hanging in the balance. In the end, it would take 70 years for Congress to pass the 19th Amendment, granting women the right to vote. Regrettably, the right to vote would remain a struggle for many African American women well after Congress passed the Civil Rights Act in 1964. All right, so I was born in 65. That was 54 years ago. And the Voting Rights Act of 1965. See, this shit ain't long ago. Pioneer feminists like Mary Ann Shutter Cryer, Mae Church Terrell, Nanny Helen, can't pronounce her last name, lit the way for the activists like Fannie Lou Hamer, Ellen Baker, Angela Davis. So, I'm more so focusing on in 1869. 1869, and I have often mentioned to the royal family about the suffrage movement. Okay, we seeing this video I'm gonna play, it's gonna spell it out even deeper how the white woman keep interjecting in our affairs.
Rooted in the anti-slavery movement, women's suffrage began in 1848 at the New York Seneca Falls Convention. The architects of this new movement were Susan B. Anthony and Elizabeth Cady Stanton, who were active abolitionists. Anthony and Stanton led the charge for women's citizenship, and answering their call to action were names like Lucretia Mott, Lucy Stone, and Alice Paul. But what was the African American woman's contribution to this movement? There is, of course, the great Sojourner Truth.
Ain't I a woman?
Her speech has been a battle cry for women's rights for decades. However, there were others who actively pursued equality. Women like Mary Ann Shadd Cary, Mary Church Terrell, and Nanny Helen Burroughs. Who were these women? And what challenges did they face in their pursuit of equal rights? They were 3 generations of women who shared a family history of brutal slavery exploitation, and their foremothers had the double burden of being stripped, beaten, raped, and forced to breed like animals. Most of them were educated and attended freedmen schools like Oberlin College and Howard University. They were in a unique position of being neither male nor white, and they were often caught between the warring camps of women's suffrage and Negro suffrage, or black man's rights. Their presence within women's groups was not thoroughly embraced, nor were they encouraged to take part in public demonstrations. Frustrated by this lack of inclusion, they articulated their visions and agendas through the church, learning institutions, and the black press. In 1896, the National Association of Colored Women was established. The group provided black women with more opportunities to address women's rights, as well as issues crucial to their communities. The 19th Amendment was approved by Congress in 1920. However, the Voting Rights Act of 1965 would have to be in place before African American women would be able to exercise their right to vote.
All right, my royal family. So let's go back here. Black males getting that vote. Can y'all see, my royal family, clearly, even now, because we have the Me Too movement, and it's all about subjugating black men, and this is the shit that the white woman is doing to us. And just looking into history, we're going to control the black woman. Let me go back here. African American women were not fully embraced by many of the women's groups. They should have said white women's group. They were also discouraged from participating in public demonstrations. Control. So controlling us on one breath, and then you seen them women. The first women they show, you could tell it was feminists, and they got clever and say, you know what, we're gonna include these black women in this, and that'll have them infighting, and that's why we have to continue to keep our history alive, because they'll try to write the narrative the way they want to write the narrative. And the white woman has been in our affairs way too much. They're in our, they've been teaching our children and fucking with us. And we see even now, because she has no more value in her community, her antics, even to this day. See, this is all in their nature, which we know. But, let's step in history. Now, that's just a little small part of history. We ain't even talking about the number one death. The number one death during slavery were black children being stomped to death by the white woman, because she didn't like seeing them mulatto children running around, because she knew what her husband was doing. Oh yeah, we can get real deep in it, but I choose right now to just focus on the black vote and how they're working overtime to control the black woman and tell the black woman, your man ain't shit. And we got some black women that really believe this, and go along with this, whatever issues that we have amongst ourselves. You don't hear her out here talking about her man's business. So we have to remember how she gets down. Remember how many of them voted for Trump, and then tell us to stand down. And even this feminist movement, because I did a video a long time ago about this, that a lot of black women are getting out of it because they realize, wow, this is what they doing to us. We've been telling you. We We have to be 100% about our business, and we don't need them to come in and step in and orchestrate and control our affairs. Pandering, this type of shit pisses me off. Pandering. When I told y'all when Hillary came up here to Oakland, California, she comes with hot sauce in her purse. Pandering to us. They drag themselves at the last minute. Let's get that black vote, because that black vote is very important. So some people may ask, well, why I don't vote anymore? I don't. The more that I learn about who I truly is, I don't supposed to partake in this world. Not one damn bit. Because I know the ending of this story. If we study the word, we already know the ending. So why would we take our royal energy and fully participate in this system, and we know the ending of this story? No. This is not our affairs, because they're going to do what they're going to do. Now, there was a time when I did vote, I thought about, we got killed for voting. And I was voting out of sheer guilt of the things that we have went through in history in order to vote. And it's a waste of time. But I don't discourage anybody from voting. I really earnestly think that, local voting, it may work. It may work. And all these, and the Republican and the Democratic Party, they're the one and the same. They play us off. So this is just a little touch. That's all, just a little touch, because I could go much deeper. How we're looking at the black vote. We're looking at the continuous subjugation of our kings, and we're being subjugated too as well, my queens. And also how the white woman has been fully participating in our affairs. See, I have heard some black men who have hung up, who have relationships with white women, saying, well, she had no control, when we were in slavery. This was all a white man thing. No, she fully participated into it too. She had to even keep it going. So that's all I wanted to interject, my royal family. So it would be really interesting. I really want to read what people have to say. So anyway, my royal family, render your voice with your beautiful divine words. And as always, my royal family, I thank you for your love. I thank you for your support. And with that said, Ashe.